Back in 2009, a small company called Rovio released a mobile game you might have heard of. The game was Angry Birds, and it was fun, addictive, and easy to play. Angry Birds was quick to land at the top of the video game charts, selling roughly 12 million copies within its first year on the App Store. Over time, it spawned multiple spin-offs, which together with the classic Angry Birds game and its varieties, boast a whopping 3 billion downloads across multiple platforms. Angry Birds 2 is the latest title in Rovio's hit franchise, and it actually might aid the series in reaching that 4 billion download milestone. Basically, the game bets on classic slingshot action, something we're all familiar with, but it spices things up with a bit of larger levels, vastly improved graphics, spells, challenges, and boss battles, all with a dash of in-game purchases. One of the best things about Angry Birds 2 is the fact that it's actually the best looking game so far in the series. Its colourful characters burst off the screen, the new backgrounds add a sense of place and improved depth of field, and the quirky story bits are woven together neatly into the game's flow. This new version hasn't been cobbled together from old ones, and that's actually very noticeable. Angry Birds 2 also introduces a couple new features. For example, levels are now broken up into two parts, so if you waste too many birds on the first structure, you won't have enough firepower to take down the second one. Offsetting that is the new ability to choose which bird to fling rather than tossing them in a set order. Frequent boss fights liven up the action, and the aforementioned spells offer a tempting way out if you're really stuck on a level. There's a new silver bird too, although it will take a while before you get to fling her. So despite these new concepts, the basic idea of the game hasn't changed. You slingshot birds to topple structures and take out pigs. You still aim for explosive crates, you still use the yellow bird for wood and the blue birds for glass and ice, and if you cut out the new resources, microtransactions, and slick look, this is still very much an Angry Birds game. Based on what I've seen so far, I can definitely report that Angry Birds 2 is a good game. Rovio's wonderful physics system never really gets the respect it deserves, and a few smart tweaks such as the ability to fast forward through each shot rather than sitting and waiting for each little chunk of wood to stop rattling around, keep the game moving along nicely. It's a legitimately fun mobile game. But at the same time, Angry Birds 2 can't quite get out of its own way. Between the gems, the hearts, and the occasional ads, it does feel a bit cluttered. There are too many resources, too many pop-up windows, and too many confusing rewards. Also, waiting for lives to replenish is really kind of boring. Honestly, Angry Birds 2 is trying to get as much money out of you as possible, and this is a trap that a lot of games fall into, especially ones for mobile in 2015. I honestly wish that Rovio had stuck with its original strategy of just charging a few dollars for the core game, rather than forcing its players to sit through a variety of different freemium features. But overall, I definitely think that Angry Birds 2 deserves about a 4-star rating, and I would recommend that you try it out if it looks interesting to you. If you enjoyed the original Angry Birds formula, you'll have a lot more to enjoy here, since this is basically more of the same game but with a few twists and a few things to keep things moving along faster. But anyways, that's it for this review, so go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and you are excited about Angry Birds' latest game, and I will see you next time.